Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie, HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. But what we have to bring to the world, all right? So, again, you guys, welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves, and you cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. So, we're going to teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness, to the wholeness, and the wellness that you all deserve, all right? So you guys understand that this is a free information station. You don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 plus likes during the live broadcast. Look, we do this on a daily basis, you guys. I'm going to work for the likes. You do your job, interact, share, subscribe, do what you got to do to get the word out, all right? A lot of people nowadays are bogged down because the body has burned out, all right? And I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of the political arena around healthcare, but the reason why people would invest in healthcare is because it's so vital and it's so important to you and I. And the sickest workforce on the planet, unfortunately, is the American worker. And the thing is that even though you are the American worker providing most of the income, you're outsourcing all of your stuff. Now, I'm going to pose this question before we get started. But if you have this indigenous thing, if you have this thing, period, you ain't got to be indigenous. Let's not even use big words. If you have this black thing dressed in all white, if you have this white thing dressed in all black, how are you ever going to know who you truly are? And because we've been outsourcing our health for so long, pharmaceuticals, all this type of stuff, everything's been outsourced. You outsource your clothes, your medicine, you outsource almost everything. So you are that person who is wrapped up in outsourced. So how could we ever know that you're a citizen? How could we ever know that you are indigenous when you don't look like who you say you are? You don't dress like it. You don't consume what you produce. You don't produce what you consume. There's so many different intangibles. There's so many different hands in what make you who you are, that you lose your identity. You lose how to get back home. And every day, every time I come onto this thing, I try to teach you guys about how to get back home, how to understand the frequencies, how to hear mama's voice from the patio, how to get back home. And a lot of us have veered so far away from the plantation. We veered so far away from the Garden of Eden. We walked so far away from God that we can no longer hear his voice. We can no longer pick up the frequency. We can no longer tune in. Now, sometimes when I'm driving in my car, if I go too far, the radio station will start to get a little unclear, start to get a little choppy. It's when you done drove too far. You done walked too far. And when it's time to come back home, you have no correction. These things are diabolical to one's growth, diabolical to one's health, they're diabolical to one's understanding of themselves. The best way for you to grow finances is whatever you do has to be close to your gift, if not your gift. Whatever you do for finances has to be close to what your gift is, if not your gift. That means that the best version of you is when you're not stressing. The best version of you is when you're not compromising. The best version of you is when you're tuning in to who you are and to what you bring to the table. And so when we're talking about what is your disease, a lot of folk don't know what their disease is. They know what the doctor said, but they don't really know what's going on. They know what the therapist said, the psychologist said, they understand what the pastors, but a lot of folk don't know truly what their diseases are. And I always try to get you guys to understand here on the HerbMan Show is that you have 4 different types of days: energetic, tired, quiet, emotional, which all equate to the 4 elements. There's something here that you're either doing obsessively or deficiently. We're gonna make a word if that ain't a word. Excessively or deficiently, these are the things that's causing you the problem. Okay? And today we're gonna talk a little bit about what's truly ailing you. Right? You guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep on talking. Okay, you guys keep tapping. I'm gonna keep on talking. So now politicians have said, hey, you know what? We got to get in this healthcare arena. We got to make things better in the healthcare space. The pharmaceutical companies are now about to go 100-fold into growing, into innovating, new herbal supplements, new innovative medications for you. Now, my question is, do you trust it? Yes or no? Do you trust it? Yes or no? Put some yeses if you trust it. Put some no's if you don't. Do you trust what they are about to do? But this is just how important your health care is that it now is starting to reach a political level. Okay? So the pharmaceutical companies, a lot of people saying no, but the pharmaceutical companies own a lot of the land. The pharmaceutical companies own a lot of the land. So even down to your herbal supplementation, down to your medications, all the way down to your vitamins and minerals, pharmaceutical companies have a hand in all of the selections that you want to select from in and out of the herb and health food stores. I'm going to repeat that one more time because some of y'all didn't get there. The pharmaceutical companies own a lot of the land. Okay? So when they own the land, they can start to manufacture herbal supplements. Your herbs that you like can be backed by the pharmaceutical companies. Vitamins and minerals that you like to get from GNC and Vitamin Shop and all these different places. Pharmaceutical companies. Your medications. If they got the land, they got the plants to isolate them, to do all of the research to get you the meds that you're looking for. So when you go to any store, they got meds, herbal supplements, vitamins, and minerals. Pharmaceutical companies are on the shelf. They're there. They're one of your choices. And they're going to have all their little bottles looking good, all of the FDA approvement, all of the nutrition facts. Their bottles are going to be looking wazoo, out of the wazoo. It's going to be perfect. So you see that what they're saying is, hey, look, we don't want to keep outsourcing our vitamins and minerals. We don't want to keep going to China for our vitamins and minerals. We don't want to keep outsourcing our herbal supplements. We don't want to keep outsourcing our isolated ingredients to our medications. So therefore, they're going to put a hand all in it. What does this mean to you or for you? First, they ain't even told you what your disease is correctly. The first thing you must understand with the pharmaceutical industry, alone and tied in with the healthcare facility, is that they haven't even told you your true disease. You really don't know really what the problem is. When you go into the healthcare, modern healthcare arena or the allopathic, they're basing you off of numbers and ranges. And it doesn't give a damn of how big, how small, how white or black you are. If you're out of those ranges, you would be prescribed medications based on the ranges. It has nothing to do with who you really are, nothing to do with what's going on in your life, nothing to do. We don't care. You're out of range. You need prescription. That's the allopathic community. But that's not true diagnosis. That's not true diagnosis. Some people are being diagnosed with cancer when you don't even have it. And the machines that you are being treated by is giving you the cancer. Some people are being treated from diabetes and high blood pressure when they don't even got it, because a lot of people can survive out of the range without no symptoms because of their body type. I know folks who can survive at 200, their blood pressure at 200. They ain't never had a headache. They ain't never had a backache, never had a heartache. But you put these folks on prescription, making their blood pressure come down where they do have problems. Putting a foreign agent or inorganic substances in the body will make your body start to act a fool. Taking vaccines, inorganic compounds will make your body act a fool. Vitamins and minerals are inorganic in the application form that we have today. They'll make your body act a fool. Herbal supplements, be careful because they also can be inorganic, making your body act a fool. Medications, we already know. If it's made from the lab, it is inorganic. It can cause making your body act a fool, okay? So the thing is you got to be able to understand that your health is so important that politics is now about to be involved. Not talking about women's right, and we're not talking about abortion anymore. Now we're talking about the plain Jane, the me and the you. Now we're talking about everybody. When they get into the healthcare arena, they're about to start growing your own herbs, your own vitamins and minerals, and your own medications. Now I'm saying to you was already getting outsourced. So shame on you in the first place. Now that you allow that to go on so long, they're saying, hey, if they are okay with foreigners growing their healthcare supplements, they'll be okay with us growing. Okay? So that's what you got to understand. That's what you're dealing with. Okay? That's what you're dealing with. All right, you guys, if there's anybody here that's got a disease, any kind, you want to talk about it, now is your time to put it in the chat. Okay? Anybody got any kind of issues you want to talk about? Now is your time to put it in the chat. And first, what we want to do is we want to explain what the issue is. And then we want to talk about what the true root is, okay? I like to give some context in my delivery. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ace, what kind of high blood pressure do you got? Do you know? There's a lot of different types of high blood pressure. Dwayne Tavares, high blood pressure. You don't know which one? Okay, let me explain, and then we'll go from here. First of all, high blood pressure is a disease of the metabolism, right? If any one of my students is on here, I just gave away the clue because we got to categorize your diseases and what we got to be doing, right? What element controls your metabolism? Out of the endocrine system, what gland controls metabolism. If high blood pressure is a disease of the metabolism, which one of the endocrine glands control metabolism? I gotta get you learning, okay? I'm sorry. You guys keep tapping, I'm gonna keep talking. This is what we do. We teach you how to heal thyself, okay? One of my star students, you guys go follow Manny. Just told you thyroid. What element, Manny, what element does the thyroid represent? What element does the thyroid represent? Is it fire? Is it air? Is it earth? Is it water? Okay. The thyroid represents your metabolism. High blood pressure is a disease of the metabolism. Okay. Ace Mars, AC. Don't worry about it. Manny got you right. Okay. Just follow Manny's answers. Manny got you right. What element, Manny, is the thyroid belong to? Fire, air, earth, or water? I might have stumped him there, but I know you got it. I can't take too long, though. Gaga said water. That is incorrect. Sharonda said the fire element. That is incorrect. AC, I told you air was wrong. All right. Jay Stagger said, Manny said the earth element. Okay, that is correct. Okay. The earth element. So off the rip, earth element. Let me move. Off the rip. The earth element. Off the rip. Okay. Off the rip, we just categorized why you would have high blood pressure. Because you ain't got no tired days. You feel tired, but you keep going. Okay? You feel tired, but you keep going. Yeah, Manny might have didn't know it, Gaga. It's okay. He might have didn't know it. It's a process of elimination, but I'm still gonna wait on all of y'all, all right? So understanding blood pressure, you also got to understand that there are different types of blood pressure, okay? So when you got both the upper and the lower number rising in unison, but they're keeping their 40-point spread, you're not in great danger. You can go to the doctor for consultations, but this is normally going to be called essential hypertension. When both of the numbers are rising in unison, that means they're rising together, keeping their spread. Okay? You're not in great danger. But sometimes they can leave each other. The upper number can rise while the bottom number stays good. And if only the upper number started to rise, then the difference between the two numbers started to rise. So if, for example, the readings are 200/80, it means that the pressure is too much for the arteries to bear. Any one of your arteries can burst at any time. This is a dangerous situation when they start to leave each other. If you lie down and you don't move and you call the paramedics or whatever, you should be safe. However, if it keeps gradually increasing, especially when you're older, that's actually normal. That's actually normal. So you have that normal reading of 120/80. And you say, well, what are the causes? Well, I just told you the root cause. The root cause of high blood pressure is stress, anxiety, doubt, and trust issues. Living in a very unsure environment. Okay, stress and anxiety, doubt and trust. Living in a very unsure environment. Check to check. Relationship, don't know when that's going to break up. Don't know when you're going to get fired. Don't know when you're going to lose your job. Don't know if you're going to have the money for the bill. Don't know if you're going to have gas for the kids to go to school. You know, when you live in such an unsure life, it causes high blood pressure, my brothers and sisters. And you know why? Because you're tired. All of my high blood pressure people, you're tired. And you haven't had time to rest. To rest your mind, to rest your body, to rest your spirit, to rest your soul. And that's the root cause of your issue. All right? Anybody want to disagree? So you got primary hypertension. It contributes to around 95% or so of most cases. Okay? They say it has no known cause, but I just told you. You have secondary hypertension. Okay? In this type of hypertension, they know the cause of secondary, but if they don't know the cause of primary, I ain't even gonna give them credit for secondary, but let's just say for Adam's sake, they know the cause. And the cause is generally going to be something dealing with your kidneys, your heart, your arteries, or your endocrine system. This is by definition. I'm not a doctor, but I'm the closest that you're going to get without the DR in front of their name. I'm closest as you're going to get without using their vernacular. You also have something called resistant hypertension. Resistant hypertension means that you've been on medication so long that now your body is starting to resist and medications have no effect on your blood pressure. How many people know somebody like that? There you go, my secret. Thank you. You have something called exercise hypertension. That's when your blood pressure is extremely high during your exercise spouts. Obviously, when you don't exercise, it comes back down to normal. You have pre-diabetes, you have pre-hypertension. Okay? You have hypertension stage 1, you got hypertension stage 2, you got isolated systolic hypertension. There's so many different. So you say, well, what's isolated systolic hypertension? That's when your top number is high, but your bottom number is normal. Yeah, when you're on your menstrual, because your body is trying to move blood and you have a hard time moving that blood under those pressures. So when you don't get enough blood to the brain, it makes you dizzy. You see, it's not moving fast enough. You're not getting enough iron and enough oxygen. So I would say AC Mars. Also look at if you're heavy bleeding. If you're a heavy bleeder during your cycles, you're losing a lot of iron. So now you need iron in the blood to transport the oxygen to the brain. So you could be feeling dizzy from that also. Isolated systolic hypertension. Top number high, bottom number normal. Isolated diastolic hypertension. Bottom number high, top number normal. Either way, you don't want to be in either one of these situations, because remember that I told you when they start to move away from each other, whichever one. Bottom number move away from the top. Top number move away from the bottom. You got a problem. Whether it move high or low, you got a problem. Okay? You even got isolated diastolic hypotension. That means that the bottom number is moving low while the top number is still normal. Why? Why? It's because of stress, anxiety, worry, and doubt and trust. You're living in an environment, an incubation, where your environment is unsure. That's creating your issue. Somebody said something about fainting. Fainting is the same thing. I mean, fainting ain't necessarily what I like to call a disease. But when you have this surge of blood flow without the oxygen, you can get dizzy, you can faint. Okay? It's all about the oxygen. Okay? Fainting there's another one. Fainting, dizzy. There's another one that I always forget the name of. Most of those are going to be due to the lack of oxygen, you guys. The lack of iron. If you're dealing with inflammatory issues, all those things. Right, I fainted after an anxiety attack. Yeah, there's something obstructing that blood flow. Okay, and also you must understand about your iron. Okay, you see a lot of women are talking about fainting and dizziness. So again, if you got heavy cycles, you're losing a lot of iron. Do we produce iron? Do we produce iron? Yes or no? Do the human body produce iron? Yes or no? Anybody know? You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. We're going to get down to the bottom of your issue. Somebody said yes. I got a few people that said no. Dwayne said yes. Ellie said no. Okay. The no's are correct. Right? The no's are correct. You do not produce iron. You store iron, but you don't produce it. So you got to get it from an outside source. So therefore, ladies, if you find yourself losing a lot of blood, you find yourself losing a lot of hemoglobin, you find yourself losing a lot of iron, you don't produce it. So you have to have a conscious attempt to put back the iron that you have been depleted of. Okay? You got to make a conscious effort to do that. You don't need vitamin C. You don't need an ascorbic acid with iron, AC Mars. Okay? We don't want to promote acidity. Okay? You need the right iron, which is iron phosphate. And you can get that in your herbs that you get from your owner's mane. Okay? Anybody else? What is your disease? Anybody else? What is your disease? If you just come to the channel, welcome to the HerbMan Show. We're live from South Africa. We're live on YouTube, live on TikTok. Please go get somewhere, get situated, and enjoy the show, you guys. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself unless you start to know how your body operates, who you really are, right? And so just like we just told the high blood pressures here, right? They tired, but they can't seem to rest. Okay? They tired, but they can't seem to rest. Stinging nettle doesn't have the right iron. AC Mars. Stinging nettle doesn't have the right iron, unfortunately. It's a good herb, but it don't have the right iron. Okay? What is your disease? Sugar. User 214. That's an old school word for diabetes. Okay? So let's categorize what that is. Now, I know a lot of people know about diabetes. But just for peak's sake, let's continue to understand what these things do. Diabetes is a disease of the metabolism. Who controls the metabolism in your endocrine glands? Diabetes is a disease of metabolism, just like high blood pressure. Who controls the metabolism in your endocrine glands? Which gland? We just did this for high blood pressure. Which gland controls metabolism? Ellie said the pancreas. My secret creation said the thyroid. That's correct. The thyroid controls your metabolism. Now, diabetes and high blood pressure is a disease of the metabolism. That's the earth element, right? So folks dealing with high blood pressure and diabetes, you ever seen a diabetic falling asleep at the wheel, in church, at the table, on the couch, in the bed, in the tub? Diabetics that fall asleep on your ass like they got insomnia. Diabetics that fall asleep on your ass like they got insomnia. They tired all the time. Okay? But we like to put a little bit of this in there as well. For diabetes, we like to put a little bit of this as well. The fire. For high blood pressure, we like to put a little bit as well. But this ain't nothing but opposites. Either you're energetic or you tired. Right? So now you start to understand, okay, they messing with my metabolism, which is messing with my what? You're living under unsurety. Constant stress, constant worry, constant doubt and trust issues in your life. And this is what's making you eat the way you do. And obviously we know we got type 1, which is when the pancreas doesn't produce any insulin. And we have type 2, which is where you produce the insulin, but you're resisting. You're resisting. You're unable to utilize that energy. That's type 2. That ain't got nothing to do with energy processing. Energetic and tired. So you got to be able to categorize these things, all right? To understand what's necessary, what's needed. How can I truly heal myself? Self-control issues, stress, worry, doubt, and trust is the root cause of your diabetes. Anybody else? I'm so glad I found your page. This is great. I love learning this stuff. It's so important. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, my pleasure. That's what we bring to the table. The root causation. It comes in the life of the individual. Anybody else? What's your disease? I was just in the hospital Saturday for high blood pressure. Oh, yeah. Stress, worry, doubt, and trust issues left. Y'all stink back there. Y'all stink back there. I smell it all the way up here. There ain't no semen here you talking about. I'm blaming on my daughter. AC Mars, get your owner's manual. Tony said the thyroid is low. Yeah, your trust is low, Tony. Your thyroid is low, but it's indicative of your trust. Your trust is low. Tony, your trust is low. Oh, yeah, your trust is low. And so it has began to be ramifications to you in a physiological way. You didn't know that trust has something to do with an organ. You didn't know that worry got something to do with your organs. You don't know that self-control and addictive behavior and guilt and grief can affect your organs. You didn't know that. But Tony, your trust has been low for so long that it's literally starting to affect your thyroid. Okay? So you can get your owner's manual, and your owner's manual will have the right herbs in there that will start to give the thyroid the mineralization that you need. Okay? So we got to look at calcium, we got to look at iodine, okay? And all of those things will be in your owner's manual herbs, okay? All of those herbs will be in your owner. See, and here's the thing is that you guys already had these tendencies. Tony already had the tendency of not trusting. AC Mars and the rest of these people, y'all already had the tendency of stress and worrying. You already had a tendency of not trusting and doubtful. But when life gives you these triggers, they run you right into these diseases. Okay? They run you right into these diseases. Right? Who's next on the platform? What is your disease? Come on, let us know. Thank you guys. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep on talking until my voice can't talk no more. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I told nature I give it all away. Uh-huh. Until I got nothing else to give. Feedy One. Feedy One said, I'm dealing with fibromyalgia. Okay? The first thing we must do is understand fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is a disease of the muscles and the soft tissues. Right there, I know how to fix it. Right there, when you tell me that it's about the muscles and the tissues, I know exactly what minerals for the muscles, exactly what minerals for the tissues. Then it said it's a widespread pain and tenderness in the muscles from fibromyalgia. But we know that fibromyalgia also is an autoimmune disease. Uh-huh. It's an autoimmune disease. So Feedy One. Depression and sadness in the life. Feedy One. Depression and sadness in your life. Constantly thinking about the past. That stagnation of the air element. Stagnation has caused for you to be constipated. Not just constipated with food, but constipated in your belief system. Constipated in your open-mindedness. Constipated in your ability to download. Constipated in your ability to experience new things. Constipated in your growth and development has caused the depression, which has caused the fibromyalgia. That has also led into the tiredness, the worry, the doubt, the trust issues. That has also caused you high blood pressure. Get your owner's manual so that it can maneuver you out of the maze of disease into the wellness that you're seeking. Okay? Anybody else? Feedy one, you got anything to add to that? Anybody else? What is your disease? Your diseases will tell on you. Somebody put that in the chat. Your diseases will tell on you. Pastor can only go talk so much. That disease will tell on him. The doctor, the therapist, can only go so far before that disease tell about the secrets in the dark. Okay? DM me. My secret creation, you can DM me. Or you can go to the website and type in Owner's Mate. What is your disease? I want to help as many people as possible. Can I get some water? I want to help as many people as possible. What is your disease? A little pooper scooper right here, so yeah, we call her stinking meal. Vladimir Putin. She the president of Russia. So you the president of Russia? Huh? Vladimir Putin. I gotta love on you. The president of Russia. This is the president of Russia right here, so Vladimir Putin. So she might usurp her authority while she right there. Seizures. I ain't going nowhere. DM express seizures. I got you. Let's go. Let's get the definition so we can categorize it. A lot of people I know dealing with seizures. You got to understand how to categorize these things. Okay? Seizures. When do your body lock up? When it's cold or hot? Thank you, guys. When do your body lock up? When it's cold or hot? Thank you, Azure. So a lot of people dealing with seizures like to drink cold water, cold juice, ice cold this and ice cold that. All right, bye-bye, Woos. And you see, she'll just sit there and chill out. A lot of folks like to drink ice cold this and ice cold that, and don't want to wear no little head, what they call them, skull caps. Waste of whatever. So you're getting your body too cold. When you get your body too cold, it will seize up. The engine seizes up when it is cold. The engine seizes up when it's cold. So a sudden attack of epilepsy caused by abnormal electrical activity in the brain. That's what a seizure is. So you got to understand that normally in the brain, right? The nerve cells present in the brain, you know, we all know they're called neurons. And they are going to regulate your electrical impulses. And the brain sends these signals to the muscles through the nerves. And it controls the body movements. And it controls the body's behavior. Every now and then, when these signals get to be abnormal, the body failed to control the normal body function. That is what is known as a seizure. So what I'm saying is almost like quick communication, and it confused your body for a minute. So what I like to tell people is to heat the body up. Okay? But seizure is going to come from which element? The fire element. Too energetic. Too much energy. Remember, we just talked about electrical activity. You don't know what to do with it. Remember, some of this stuff, you're going to get a disease if it's excessive, and you're going to get a disease if it's deficient. If you do these excessively or deficiently, they're going to cause a disease. If you abuse or you neglect, They are both forms of abuse. Okay? They are both forms of abuse. Don't get this twisted. So just because you're sitting at the house all day doesn't mean that you ain't doing nothing for a disease. Matter of fact, you are. If you're doing nothing, you're causing a disease. If you're doing too much, you can cause a disease. Listen to what I just said. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. If your ass just sitting at the house, you're doing just enough for some disease. Yeah, but I don't be doing nothing. That's just enough for disease. Doing nothing is just enough for disease to occur. Yeah, but I go out, I'm working out, I'm hugging trees, I'm doing this. You doing goddamn too much to cause a disease. Excessive behavior and deficient behavior will cause your disease. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Which one of these is causing your disease? Is it excessive behavior or deficient behavior? Y'all tell me. Which one of these is causing your disease? Is it excessive behavior or deficient? Yeah, DM Express, you get too cold, okay? Too cold. So you want to keep your body warm. Keep your head warm, okay? Keep your body warm, keep your head warm. That'll keep everything at the right temperature, flowing, doing the stuff that it needs to do, okay? Yes, DM Express, excessive, thank you. That's what it is. So you now know what you got to do. You need relaxants. You need to do the opposite. What's the perfect balance? Thank you for that great question, Real Motivation. The perfect balance is in the middle. Okay? Like Van Gnosis Bay just said. Van Gnosis. Moderation is the key to happiness. So the perfect balance is the balance. Okay? Don't get so wrapped up in what you're good at. Work on some of those things that you're not. How many people are actually working on what they ain't good at? Huh? How many people really understand how to work on things that they are very weak at? If you're not a good speaker, how many people are learning speaking? If you're not a good people's person, how many people are getting out in front of people? If you're not a good motivator, how many people are working on motivation? If you're not good at your diet, how many people are really working on their diet? See, a lot of people are greedy than a motherfucker. They'll go from eating a bunch of chicken to eating a bunch of vegetables. You didn't handle the greed. You just switched the diet. That's why you got fat ass vegans. You got fat ass vegans because they didn't handle the greediness. That's the gluttoniness, the greediness. That's the root problem. It was never the diet. If you knew how to eat chicken moderately, if you ate vegetables moderately, so it don't matter which way you go. If you can't get your behavior categorized, you can't fix yourself. What is your disease? Somebody put it in the chat. What is your disease? If you can't properly categorize what you're doing, you can't fix yourself. You can't heal yourself. How many people want to get rich on here? Put some ones in the chat. If you want to get rich today, put ones in the chat. If you want to get rich today, put ones in the chat. Arthritis is an earth element, okay? Arthritis is here. Your body is tired, but you won't sit down nowhere, arthritis. How many people want to get rich today? Put some ones in the chat. If you're just coming across the channel, you guys, welcome to the HerbMan Show. This is where we teach people how to heal themselves. You cannot heal yourself unless you know thyself. Psoriasis is of the skin. Emotions. Okay? Your emotions is causing the psoriasis. Okay? Inflammation where? You say inflammation, but inflammation where? Melania. Okay, sleep apnea. Energetic. Too much energy. You're not expelling the energy. Arthritis, we just told you here. Too tired, but you won't sit down somewhere. See, when you're tired, waterproof, and you don't want to sit that body down, You're overriding your body, which is causing you arthritis. Your knees are telling you to sit your ass down. Wherever that arthritis is telling you, girl, stop. What is carpal tunnel telling you? If you catch carpal tunnel from typing too long, what is the message that carpal tunnel is saying? Let's just put this shit out in layman's terms so that we don't mistake and we don't sugarcoat and we ain't playing with all 100 of you guys. If you got carpal tunnel from typing too long, if they told you, we think you got it from typing, what is carpal tunnel telling you to do? See, you still got people on here talking about slow down. It ain't telling you to slow the fuck down. It's telling you to stop for a minute. For a minute. It's not telling you to stop for forever. You know you got to make your money. But if you got carpal tunnel from typing too much, carpal tunnel is saying, stop for a minute. Stop for a minute. Yes, just stop for a minute. That's all. No, you don't. We know you got to work. I listened to you say my SSA down my back is healing. I don't have much pain anymore. Great news. Great news, okay? Great news. All right? So, everybody put ones in the chat that want to get rich today. Okay? Now, here is my next question for you want to get richers. All right? Very simple. And it's going to let you see. Everybody that put a 1 in the chat that wants to get rich today. The next question I'm going to ask you is very important. Are you considered an expert at any subject? Put 1s in the chat of yes, put 2s in the chat of no. All my people that say they want to get rich today. Are you considered an expert at any subject? An expert. Put 1s in the chat of yes, 2s in the chat of no. The people who want to get rich today, are you considered an expert at any subject or no? Put 2, 1 yes, 2 no's. Okay. Out of all them people, I got about 2 1s and a whole bunch of 2s. Okay. So the 1s, you're ready. What you been waiting on? But the 2s, you're not. So why you keep asking? If you're not an expert at any one subject matter, don't matter what it is. You could be an expert at learning how to fucking fold paper. You could be an expert at learning how to turn plastic into gas. You could be an expert at learning how to fold your body into a box and make a living. You could be an expert at learning or knowing how to be so limber. You can be an expert at learning how to be a magician. You could be an expert at learning in America and in the country. You could be an expert at any freaking thing and you could become. But if you're not ready. And what I'm trying to say is listen to the not ready. You want to get rich, but you're not ready. You're ready to be rich today, but you're not ready. And once you get that readiness, your dreams will come true. And the people who put 1s in the chat that ain't rich, it's simply because they don't know themselves. And a lot of you people who got or expert at something is something outside of you. That's why you're not rich. The people that put 1s in the chat, you're an expert at something that's outside of who you really are. That's why you haven't become wealthy yet. When you align up my expertise with who I am generally, oh Lord have mercy, there's no stopping wealth. When I line up my expertise with who I am generally, there's nothing that can stop the wealth. There's nothing that can stop the wealth. Okay? Anybody else? What's your disease? We're live on TikTok, live on YouTube. If you're interested in your owner's manual, please DM us. Yo, what's happening? What is your disease? What is your disease? Do you really want to know? Are you tired of the misdiagnosis of the doctor? Hyatt, I got you. I see it, Hyatt. That was PCOS, I'm pretty sure you were trying to say. Okay? PCOS, from my scholars here, my students. If you want to be a part of the school, you guys can. Just email me. We'll get you that information. PCOS. It belongs to the fire, the earth, the air, or the water element. Which one? Which one? PCOS. Does it belong to the fire element, the earth element, the air element, or the water? Which one? Sunshine Creations. Thank you. The water element. So PCOS. You're Carl Thomas over there. Hyatt. PCOS. You're Carl Thomas. You're so emotional. Gotta let you know. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, Gaga. Polycystic, meaning a lot of cysts. Poly, a lot. Poly, cyst, ovarian. So there's cyst on the ovaries. Syndrome. Emotional, creating those things. Emotions create acne. Emotions are creating eczema. Emotions are creating all kinds of skin issues. And therefore, the skin and the outside of your organ are pretty much the same epidural. So what you would use to get rid of skin issues, you would use to get rid of those things as well. But y'all don't know nothing about that because y'all not old school as me yet. How to stop it? How do you stop your emotions? So here, is it excessive or is it deficient? PCOS, poly, means a lot. So that automatically gives me a cue that it's excessive emotions for something to be poly. It's a lot. Thank you, my secret creations. See? Fibroids, endometriosis, and PCOS are all due to excessive emotional behavior. Okay? And when you get so bent out of shape emotionally, you have very bad flare-ups. Okay? Anybody else? Hyatt said, oh, thank you, so very helpful. Yes, thank you. Anybody else? What is your disease? You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Let's get us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. Look, all this information is in your owner's manual. If you guys care to want to get your owner's manual for a funky, measly $50, that's what we're offering you. Okay? All we need is your birthday. We don't do diagnosis. We don't do diseases. We don't do self-prognosis, self-diagnosis, none of that stuff. This is the best health assessment on the planet. It is a nature-based interventive assessment that will include the total you. Right? Anybody else? What's your disease? I'm not going to be on here long with y'all today, so even though I came on here late, don't mean I'm going to be long. All right? So you might as well get it while the getting is good. Anybody else? You need an assessment, you guys. You need a consultation. That is the first thing that you need, but you need a proper one. And I'm telling you that you've been misdiagnosed. And I'm also telling you that because the healthcare system is about to go into the politics, you will continue to get misdiagnosed until you start to learn thyself. Okay? Until you really, really start to focus in on what you need to do for yourself. All right, TikTok wanted me to pay the bills there. So we got sickle cell. This is a very common one in the Black community, unfortunately. But we know that sickle cell is a type of anemia. Okay. CC, lymphedema. That's the water element. Emotional. Okay. Lymphedema in the legs. Emotional. You got too much water going on. Sickle cell is a disease of the blood. Okay. Sickle cell is a disease of the blood. It's when your red blood cells become sickle-shaped, or what they call a C-shaped. Okay? When it's this sickly shape or C-shape, meaning half a circle, then that's what you got going on. And a lot of the C-shaped cells happen because of the lack of oxygen. Okay? The lack of oxygen. I keep getting bruises on thigh and arms. Water element, emotional. Okay? Water element, your emotions. A disease and a disorder are different, right? It just all depends on who you're talking to. Some people will call a disease a disorder. Some people will call a disorder a disease. So it just all depends on who you're talking to. Yeah, that lack of oxygen. So now we still going back to the original thing about high blood pressure, diabetes. You got to be able to get that flow, okay? That means that there's something obstructing the flow. And a lot of times it has something to do with your spleen. You know, as a result, the blood fails to go out of the spleen. And it can cause an enlargement of the spleen, okay, which can be very painful. So you got to kind of understand what plays the roles when it comes to sickle cell. And then you got to figure out what you got to do. Or your spleen is removed, woo, that's a part of your defense system. So you should, when you get your spleen removed, when you get your tonsils removed, when you get your adenoids removed, when you get your appendix removed, you're getting a defense system. So you're not as defensive as you should be with that spleen gone. Okay? How do you get oxygen? You don't need to do anything for oxygen. You just need to do something for the obstruction, right? But everybody knows oxygen is in green tea, is in garlic, right? You know, those are the types of herbs that they say will help you with the oxygenation. So green tea, garlic powder, or chewing some garlic, I would say chew it. Those are all things that will help out with oxygenating and also circulating the blood. Oh, but Dr. Sabi said something about garlic. Man, don't nobody give a damn. Don't nobody give a damn. I don't work with garlic too much. I know that shit work. I deal with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and posterior orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. So you see how many people use all this shit. Now I know the last one's about the heart. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if the doctors know what you got, if they so goddamn good that they can name this shit, I'm trying to figure out why the hell they can't cure it. If you can give me the name for it, you can cure it. If you can tell me what it is, you're supposed to be able to cure it. Okay? That's how I look at it. If you can give me the name for it, you're supposed to be able to cure it, man. So that's why I don't play a lot into the names. Okay? I don't play a lot into the name. But tachycardia a lot of times is a fast beating heart. Okay. One of the best herbs for the heart, you guys, is hawthorn berry. Okay. It's a hawthorn berry. But the thing is what's the category? Okay. So you're talking about the heart. The heart is of the what? Being very depressive. Code name ballistic. Very depressive. Very sad. Okay. We got to stop that code name. All right. Very depressive, very sad. We got to stop that. Code name say appreciate it. There you go. What's your disease? Style Squad. We're talking about diseases, not your energy. We're talking about your diseases, not your energy. So you see how we can start to categorize these to let the person know that this is what's going on. Okay? Excessive or deficient? You tell me. Is my cancer caused by me being excessive or deficient? You tell me. You guys keep tapping. Get your owner's manual. Swollen ankles, emotional, water element. Whatever you got going on in your life, God. Got your emotional, got your waters all bent out of shape. Okay? Your waters are disturbed. So your body is retaining fluids. Well, why would my body keep water? 9 times out of 10, your body's going to keep water because of the concentrated sodium. Okay? So somebody said lymphedema in the legs. You're saying edema in the ankles. Edema, lymphedema is all meaning that the waters are off. That meaning that your emotional life is off. Okay? Yes, code name. Yes, that is correct. Or you can get your owner's manual and we can get you right. Matter of fact, you don't even got to get your owner's manual. You go to the website and type in Vitality, Vitality, and that'll be for your blood pressure for your heart. You can go to the website and type in sugar, SUGAR, and get that herb blend for your diabetes. You can type in detox and get a 21-day lymphatic cleanse. You're trying to grow your hair back. You go there, you type in hair, get your hair formula. It's called the hair growth kit. We give you the herbs, you follow the directions. What is your disease? Anybody else? We got about 18 more minutes. 18 more minutes. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking 18 more minutes. Let's get us up to as far as we can. I didn't plan on being long, but I definitely going to be strong. We'll be back tomorrow, same back time, same back channel. I know I missed you guys over the weekend trying to get this voice right. Been talking a little bit too much. I got school. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so kind of losing my voice, talking so much. Work done went up. But you know, they say after you lose your voice, it come back, it be strong, brother. It be ready to go. Does an owner's manual come with the school or is that separate? Yes, Deborah Thomas, if you join the school, you will get your owner's manual. Okay, you will do your own owner's manual if you join the school. Nah, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. You can slow it down, but you can't stop it. An enlarged heart Enlarged heart is what they call angina. I think it's called angina. I think that's what they call it. I think. Now, don't give me the line, but I think an enlarged heart is angina. But again, some of those same herbs, okay? Some of those same herbs. If it's not angina, let's see, enlarged heart. I used to have the proper names for all this old crazy crap they try to put out here. Yeah, cardiomegala. That's what it's called, cardiomegala for enlarged heart. Okay. Again, the enlarged heart, depression, left, depression. Okay, depression. Depression. And the best thing for the heart is some of those same herbs: garlic, ginger, hawthorn berry, arjuna bark. You know, all that stuff is going to be good for the heart. Okay. But when a person is sad, when they're depressive, it can cause a lot of problems with the heart. Anybody else? Cardiomegaly, yeah. Yes, sir. Anybody else? What's your disease? You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Welcome to the HerbMan Show. What's your disease? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? You either excessive or deficient in these areas. What's going on with you? And why the doctor ain't told you this? Bacteria infection, immune system, depression, iris bindum, depression, sovereign fame. You are Satan. So once you get that satanic part of you out of you, then you're holy. Okay? Sovereign fame. You're Satan. And once you get that satanic side of you out, there's no reason to worry about Satan anymore. There's no Satan that's doing something to everybody. It's only the Satan in you. Okay? Anybody else? What is your disease? Anybody that's seen Satan is a little too close to Satan for me. I ain't never seen the devil. So anybody that's seen Satan, you done went a little too far. You done got a little too close to some family members over there on that side part of the family. I don't even want to even, Satan ain't gonna introduce himself to a stranger. So you done got in with the in crowd a little too much for you to goddamn get introduced to Satan, because you at the wrong party at the wrong time. I ain't never seen Satan. Never will see Satan. I'm not invited to his parties. I don't know anybody that knows Satan. I ain't gonna never bump into him. I ain't gonna never see what he look like. I ain't gonna never ever get close to Satan. So you ain't gotta worry about me. But a motherfucker told me they seen Satan. Yeah, you done went a little too far yourself. Got with the wrong people at the wrong time. Drawing the wrong crowds. I've never seen them, never will. Anybody else? What's your disease? Welcome to the HerbMan Show. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. Keto, what's happening? User 297, we appreciate the love. What is your disease? This is what the doctor won't tell you. They told you got high blood pressure. But they didn't tell you that you got anxiety. They didn't tell you got trust issues. They told you got high blood sugar. But they didn't tell you got self-control issues, that you got an addictive behavior. They told you that you got nerve system issues. But they didn't tell you you got addictive behavior. They didn't tell you about self-control. They told you you got arthritis, but they didn't tell you about worry, about stress, and about doubt. They told you you got a thyroid issue, but they didn't tell you about worry, doubt, and trust issues. See, because they don't know that. Well, then why you spending your money with a person that don't know you? Why are you spending your money with a person? I just told you that your healthcare system went political. What you gonna do about it? That Trump got his hands all into the pharmaceuticals. And they're going to create your medicines here in America. They're going to create your vitamins and minerals. They're going to create your herbs. So now when you look at even a herbalist, you got to grow your herbs on property that's not bought out by the pharmaceutical companies. So your healthcare is about to get worse. And you don't even know what to do next. What do you do when the healthcare system is against you? What do you turn to when inorganics is all around you? How do you fix your body? How do you fix your life? How you deal with addictive issues, procrastination? Well, first of all, you got to understand them as programmed behaviors, right? They're programmed behaviors. So an addictive behavior person loves to do the same shit that they like. So they're easily to get into a loop, a routine. An addictive person like to drink every day at 4. They get off every day at 4. By 4:30, they need to have their beer in their hand. They'll have it in the car. They'll, whatever it is. But that beer to them, it don't make them bad, it make them good. That blunt don't make them bad, it make them good. So they feel good, they're addicted to the feel good. They're addicted to the dopamine. So therefore, they have an addictive behavior to things they like. Nobody's addicted to shit they don't like. So that's the real big thing about addiction is, why do you like things that hurt you? Now, procrastination is just a thing of how you see yourself. I've been around plenty of friends and family throughout my life that have woulda, woulda, couldas. Y'all know somebody that's a woulda, woulda, coulda. But I wish I can go there. I sure wish I could fly to Africa. I sure wanna do it. Every time that they see you, for some reason, they're gonna tell you they dream. When you live in your dream, your friends still tend to tell you the dream they want. So they're procrastinating because of how they see themselves. I want to do this, but I'm not ready. And so a person that want to do something, a person that needs to do something, but just ain't ready to do it, they're going to procrastinate. They don't feel like doing it, they're going to procrastinate. So you find yourself doing what you like, and then you have a hard problem doing what you don't like. That's a procrastinator. Sunshine Creations. Does this make sense? The addictive part of procrastination is doing what you like. The procrastination part of addictive is you don't really like to do what you don't want to do. And it may sound good to other folk. Girl, I want to do this, I want to do it, because they doing it. But the only reason why you hadn't done it yet is because you don't want to. For real. You be talking that shit. I stopped drinking too. That might have helped me as well for my healing. It ain't no might in that. It's a surety. That's a surety in that one. In the solution, that's a surety. She said, thank you. Yes. Deborah Thomas said, thank you. This information is on point. Yes, yes. I ain't going to never come without a perm. What is your disease? What is your disease? We got 6 more minutes to go, you guys. Keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. 6 more minutes to go. What is your disease? Let us categorize it for you. 6 more minutes to go. Keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. 6 more minutes to go. What is your disease? Get your owner's manual for that funky measly $50. We can clear up all of this stuff for you without worrying about a non-invasive is non-intrusive. We don't need to take your blood. We don't need a blood sample. We don't need a stool sample, hair sample. We don't need anything but your birthday. And we're going to let Mother Nature give you the best health assessment you can possibly get for 50 measly bucks. You can go to the website, type in owner's manual. If you're looking to get your herbs along with your owner's manual, go to the website and type in blueprint. The blueprint comes with the owner's manual and your herbs. What is your disease? Before we get up out of here, let me make sure I got my YouTubers in the building. Yes, yes. What is your disease? What is your disease? You have been misdiagnosed by the doctors. You have been misdiagnosed by your doctor. You have been misdiagnosed by your doctor. You are being misdiagnosed by your doctors. I said it, they can do whatever they're going to do with the program. You have been misdiagnosed by your doctors. And misdiagnosing and all of these different clinical issues that go on is the number 3 reason why we leaving here unalive. Medical malpractice is number 3. It's heart disease, number 1. Medical malpractice is number 3. Taking a lot of you ignorance out of here. And ignorant doesn't mean that you don't know. You are ignoring the truth. Poopsie. The name speaks volume. Okay? If your lymphatic system is all messed up, Poopsie, the name fits volume. Go to the website, Poopsie. Type in the detox. That's what you need for your lymphatic system. What is your disease? Poopsie. You Carl Thomason. Too much emotional things going on in your life, Poopsie. Creating your waters to be very, very chaotic. That's why you're dealing with lymphatic issues. Get the 21-day detox. Let's reset the body. And let's start all over again, okay? 21-day lymphatic cleanse. It's going to help you poop out the toxins. It's going to help you urinate out the toxins, sweat them out, and cough them up. Can you use it even if you stage 2? I would advise you to use it because you stage 2. And then go back in there and see what they say. Okay? I would advise you to use it because you stage 2. And then go back in now. Ooh, and see what them folks say. That girl, I don't know what you did. But keep on doing it. Huh? I don't know what you're doing. But keep on doing it. Yes, sir. What's your disease? We got about 2 more minutes, you guys. Keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. We thank you for the 65 plus. I got traveling diaries. Advanced stage 4 prostate cancer. Have spread it to the bones. Traveling diaries. Emotions. Okay, emotions. Emotions. And I've taught you guys this 1,000 times. The nervous system It's fast. It's direct. The endocrine system is slow, widespread. What system is the gonads a part of? What system is your gonads? I know a lot of people like to say reproductive system, but you got to know the body. What system is the gonads a part of? Your gonads. The stuff that produce the testosterone. Vantu, reproductive, poopsie. There you go, Manny. Okay, Manny is one of my star students. Danielle Angela, thank you. It's the endocrine system. The endocrine system. So you all over there emotional. You're eating a lot of emotionally induced foods. What are emotionally induced foods, man? The cow is the female version of the bull. The chicken is the female version of the rooster. And most of your fish is female. So they're being hormonally, emotionally induced food with an emotionally induced life will create prostate, breast cancer, cervical, uterine, and all other reproductive and endocrine system cancers known to man. So this is the reason why you get cancer is this. Because it's widespread. It's spreading from your prostate to your bones. It's spreading from your water to your earth. And now you are feeling tired. How much you want to bet me that now it done spread to your bones? Now you are feeling tired. Now you are feeling weak. We can help you. Get your owner's manual today. Let mama show you how to heal yourself. I love you guys, man, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until next time, love HerbMan. Peace, peace, peace. We'll come back on tomorrow. Give everybody else an opportunity. Okay? We'll come back on the same bat time, same bat channel. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's give everybody an opportunity to be healed. Peace. 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 Peace.